Triads 2. Position. The triads we examined in the previous lesson all had roots on the bottom, chordal thirds in the middle, and chordal fifths on top. However, triads can be arranged such that any of their three notes can be the lowest. We will call the lowest note the bass, even if it's not necessarily in the bass register. This example shows three positions of an E major triad. On the left, the root is in the bass. In the middle, the chordal third is in the bass, and on the right, the chordal fifth is in the bass. All three of them are E major triads, and they only differ by which note is in the bass. In all three of them, the E is the root, the G sharp is the chordal third, and the B is the chordal fifth. The triad on the left has a third and fifth above the bass. These numbers are written as Arabic numerals below the staff, with the larger number on top of the lower number. These numbers are called figures. The triad is in 5/3 position or root position. The triad in the middle has a third and sixth above the bass. Its figures are 6/3. It is in 6/3 position. The triad on the right has a fourth and a sixth above the bass. Its figures are 6/4. It is in 6/4 position. It is common to abbreviate the figures. The abbreviation for 5/3 is to just leave it blank. The abbreviation for 6/3 is 6. 6/4 has no abbreviation, so it remains the same. The idea behind the abbreviations for figures is that when nothing is listed, you can assume there are thirds. This will make more sense when we cover seventh chords in future lessons. Root position triads are acoustically stable. 6/3 position triads are still mostly stable, but slightly less so than root position. 6/4 position triads are unstable because they have a fourth above the bass. Perfect fourths are often heard as stable in melodies or in upper voices, but they are often heard as unstable against a bass. In 6/4 position triads, the fourth is against the bass. Some people call the positions of chords inversions. For triads, they would be called root inversion, first inversion, and second inversion. I prefer using the term position for the nomenclature because inversion has so many connotations in music. Triads are identified by their roots, qualities, and positions. The triad on the left is E major 5/3, which can be abbreviated to just E major. The triad in the middle is E major 6/3, which can be abbreviated to E major 6. The triad on the right is E major 6/4, which has no abbreviation. To be proficient in music, ultimately you should be able to identify triads immediately and write them quickly. While you achieve proficiency through repetition, here are some steps that might help you. Identify the root, quality, and position of the triad. First, rewrite the triad in root position beside the problem or on a separate piece of scratch paper. This way, you can identify the root and quality like we did in the previous lesson. The root is D. It has a minor third and a diminished fifth above the bass, so it is diminished. Looking at the original problem, there is a 3 and a sixth above the bass. Therefore, this triad is D diminished 6/3, or you can abbreviate it as D diminished 6. Identify the root, quality, and position of the triad. First, rewrite the triad in root position beside the problem or on a separate piece of scratch paper. This way, you can identify the root and quality like we did in the previous lesson. This triad is B major. Looking at the original problem, there is a 4 and a 6 above the bass. Therefore, this triad is B major 6/4. 6/4 position has no abbreviation. Write the triad. First, write the triad in root position like we learned in the previous lesson. A minor triad has a minor third and a perfect fifth above the root. 6/3 position triads have the chordal third in the bass. Rearrange the notes so that the chordal third is in the bass. A minor 6/3 has the notes C, E, and A from bottom to top. Write the triad. First, write the triad in root position like we learned in the previous lesson. F augmented has a major third and augmented fifth above the root. 5-3 position triads have the root in the bass. Since the root is already in the bass, we do not need to make any further changes. F augmented 5-3 has the notes F, A, and C sharp from bottom to top.